is Elliot and Jose coming to you from my home in Streamville, Illinois, here on the Comic Culture Warrior video channel. We are now at what we call Last Rants. And Last Rants is when we either revisit something that we've talked about in previous segments, or we go on to something completely new.
We've already had like 4 Last Rants in this segment.
Yeah, everything's been a rant so far. That kick-ass thing was definitely a rant. Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about a little bit was, to lead off Last Rants, was the new...
Really quick.
Yeah?
We're not going to talk about the comic industry, but a couple of you have said that you like it when we talk about the comics industry. So if there's something specific you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments for ideas, and maybe we can talk about that. Because I work in the fucking store every week, and I don't know what you guys would like to hear, or what kind of boring shit that I deal with every day that you guys want to talk about.
Okay.
Just let us know, because we did actually get comments like, "Oh, guys are finally talking about something different." That's really nice. And
yeah. And we only do so many reviews because you guys ask us to do reviews.
Right.
But please understand, we haven't had a chance to play Batman Arkham Asylum yet, so we can't review that. Hulk Team Up #1, we were asked to review that.
Yeah, but we're not at the store today, so that was like a last second thing. So I didn't get a chance to bring it with me.
We've already talked about the Beatles game.
Yes.
We were asked to talk about that. So, guys, we read all your comments. We read them. Every message that you get, that you send us, we read them. Can we respond to everyone? Can we reply to everyone? No, we're sorry. But we do read everything, just so you know. The Spider-Woman motion comic. As of now, I think Part 2 or Part 3 is up on the Marvel site.
I only saw Part 1.
Part 1 debuted 2 weeks ago from this taping, and Marvel's really pushing it. They're really pushing it. They put it up for free for streaming on Marvel.
Really pushing it, all right.
Yeah, we put it. I put it on the Geek to Me blog, and you could have found it also on Marvel.com. And they even put it up for free on YouTube. The first episode of the Marvel webcomic, which, if you're smart enough. And I sure hope they're not going to do that with all the episodes if they expect on making money. Because if you're smart enough, people know how to download the video off YouTube. There are ways of getting and capturing the video. But in either case, what'd you think about it?
Did you read my review on the blog?
I did read your review on the blog, but I need you to set me up.
Oh, is that what you need me to do?
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was fucking awful. And if you read my review on the blog, I'm probably going to say a lot of the same shit that I thought on there, because it's exactly how I felt.
Your review was kind of brief.
It was very brief, but here it is. Brian Michael Bendis writes some fucking terrible dialogue. And what's worse than reading it with the sound of your voice in your mind as you're reading it, is some fucking terrible voice actress with a fake like English accent reading terrible. Oh my god. Like that scene between Spider-Woman and the chick from Sword,
Abigail Brand.
Abigail Brand in that fucking bus. Oh my god, I wanted to kill myself. I'm listening to it and I'm like, oh god, just make it stop. But I needed to review it. That's the shit that I go through for you guys. But oh man, it was just, the dialogue is just fucking awful. Oh my god. If anyone needed to know for sure that Bendis is just, he's just run out of ideas and he's just a terrible writer now, all you do is need to watch that. It was so full of cliches, and the Bendis, that's all it was just, it was trademark Bendis dialogue. It was just awful. It was fucking awful. The whole thing about, like, Wolverine used to be, he used to think he was the most screwed over person in the universe. Remember that whole, like, monologue at the beginning? Now like, Spider-Woman's like, no, and she's, like, trying to kill herself. She's thinking about killing herself. I'm like, oh my god, fucking who gives a shit?
Oh, wow.
It was so terrible. It's so pretentious. Again, the word that we love to throw around here, pretentious, because the most awful shit that comes out of the comic industry nowadays is pretentious bullshit. And that's what that comic just the motion comic. Let's talk about the motion in it, right? Jesus. I think I said that there was more motion in the Clutch Cargo cartoon than there was in that.
Those classic 60s Marvel cartoons.
Oh my god. I can't believe they made people pay for that. And they're expecting people to pay for that. What a fucking piece of horse shit that thing was, man. All right, you can talk about it. I'm done. God.
I actually liked it. I was surprised. I liked it, and I kind of enjoyed it. I was going in expecting it to be like you're saying. I read your review. I read everybody. I read Comic Book Resources rip it to shreds on their site, and I was ready to go. Okay, well, I'll see what it is. I wanted to see for myself. I liked it. Was it Bendis' best dialogue ever? I mean, how many times did Abigail Brand say "fancy schmancy," which was kind of annoying, but I was like, this isn't bad. And the Alex Maleev artwork. Come on. You tell me that Alex Maleev
that was the only
artwork
good thing about it, and that's
good.
what I said in my review. Is like the Alex Maleev artwork was the only good thing about it.
And it was funny that he didn't make Jessica Drew look like Jennifer Connelly anymore. Because the first time we see Jessica Drew back in the Marvel Universe, it was an alias, and Jessica looked like Jennifer Connelly.
Well, this was going out there like, mainstream, so you don't want to have look like Jennifer Connelly anymore.
Pretty much, yeah. I thought the artwork was really stunning.
Yeah, that was it,
really
though. But you know what? I would have much rather have just looked at in a comic book.
Yeah, but I mean, they were able to do some things with it that you couldn't do in a comic book. Again, with the changing background.
Who gives a shit about that? That was stupid. It was ridiculous.
Pushing the medium is what you're trying to do. You're trying to do something.
I'm telling you, man. If this is the future of comics, fuck that shit. Because I'm not paying for that.
It's not the future of comics. Just like that comic book Shatter. Remember way back in the 80s when they came out with the first digital comic book? It was done on an old Apple computer. And it was like this. The characters looked like the little. They were similar to the little avatars that looked like the old Nintendo avatar thingies. That was the future of comics then too. But
there was no Batman Digital Justice though.
Oh yeah, I remember Digital Justice. So I'm just saying it's one of those things that when you're pushing through into new territory, that's kind of what you get. And was it a perfect story? No. Was it Bendis' best work? Hell's no.
Would you pay for it?
Well, I did see it for free.
But would you pay for it? Do you want to pay for the next episode?
It was 99 cents, I think, for the first one. I think
know.
a season pass is like 8 something, so you can get all the episodes. I don't know how many overall episodes it's going to be. If it comes out to around 99 cents an episode, I wouldn't feel ripped off by it.
But would you pay to see the rest of it?